Hi, and welcome to Real Life with Jenny. My name's Jenny Senapedoratna. Grab your favorite drink, get yourself a snack, and we will get started. Today I have old-fashioned water. It is what I'm drinking right now because I'm kind of have fallen off the bandwagon and I need to get back on it. So I'm drinking water today, and I have Thin Mint bites by the Girl Scouts. They are so good. We did these on a Senna Samples, which Kevin's got like a TikTok YouTube channel. Kevin Senapedoratna, if you want to follow him. It's really funny. And we try all kinds of different foods, and this was one of them because I really wanted to try it, and I thought, why not? I won't be buying another bag because they're very expensive, but they are really good for a small little snack. So let's get real. For my birthday, I got this enormous bird feeder. Like it's got 4 things to have feeders on the top, and then it's got like 3 other little feeders, and it's got like a suet feeder and a bird bath and like a little tray that you can have different, like it's enormous. It is enormous, and it is exactly what I wanted. I put it in my Amazon wish list. Like, I knew what I was getting. Like, I was so excited. And so I didn't know exactly what, anyway, it doesn't really matter. My mom got it for me. Thanks, Mom. Really appreciate you because it has been a blast. I put it right outside where the other one was, so it's right in front of our house. And I got some little bushes to go next to it, so the boys maybe aren't going to play with the bird feeder, although that's not happening. They're still playing with it. Anyway, we have like 8 little boys in the neighborhood that have decided our house is the playground. And deep breath by Jenny, that is not going so well, but that's okay. Well, the one thing with this new bird feeder is we have a new friend that is coming to the bird feeder. That is our squirrel. And the other day we actually had 2 squirrels, and they were fighting to see who could get up to the top. Like, one was like, and I was like, I did not know that squirrels could hiss. Like, did you know squirrels could hiss? I had no idea that they could hiss. I was like, what is happening? And he was like, this is my bird feeder, get your own, like, leave me alone. And was just chowing down, like, full stretch up, getting all the food out of the bird feeders, hanging upside down. Like, there was no shame. Just no shame at all. And what's hilarious is my dog doesn't even care. My dog looks at him like, go for it, dude. Like, I don't care. It's not my food you're taking. And I was this morning just looking out at the bird feeder, and I was thinking of all the birds that we've had in the past, and we actually, the little neighbor friends, I think, took down the tree, like we're hanging on it, and the tree fell because it was just kind of a little tree. And so we don't have as many birds as we used to because they don't have a place to land. That's why I got the bushes, right? Although they're like this size of my water bottle. Like, they're so small. Anyway, they'll get bigger. It'll be fine. They'll get bigger. And, you know, sometimes you have to start small. That was such a powerful thought when I got them that I was like, sometimes you have to start out small. It doesn't look impressive to anybody else, whatever you're doing. Side note here, but whatever you're doing, if it starts off small and looks small to other people, that does not mean God can't grow it and make it bigger and make it more impactful. So that's my hope with my little bushes. But I was thinking about all the birds that have come to the bird feeder. And we've had a lot of really fun birds, you know, and I've kind of become like this obsessed human being with birds, which is fine. I'm still a good person. You know, we've had the cardinals and the blue jays, and blue jays are bullies. Like, they are mean little birds. I was really shocked because they're so beautiful and they're loud. They're really loud. And our blue jay is such a bully. He's just like, get out of here, you little fleas, and just kind of takes the whole thing over. I mean, so does the squirrel. And then we've got all the house finches and the little yellow show that I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, we've got a ton of really fun little birds. And this has been really kind of a neat thing for me when I think about the Bible and how often it talks about birds and about how, you know, God sees the birds and he sees the sparrow that falls and he feeds the birds and he cares about them and why are we worrying about stuff and all that kind of piece. And so I've really been like, whenever there's a bird verse in the Bible now, I'm like, oh, wow, my birds. it's kind of become something that I think about and I meditate on, you know, the idea that God takes care of the birds and thus he's going to take care of our cares and our worries. And now I've got this squirrel. And I have not named him yet because there's two of them and I can't tell them apart. Although I could just name them one aggressive two, like, I don't know. But I've been watching the squirrel and he just gets up there and he is just like, this is my feeder. Like, everybody else needs to stay away. This is mine. And that is so the opposite of my personality. My personality is completely the opposite. And I think it's a Minnesotan thing. I don't know. Maybe you're from Minnesota and you're like, what are you talking about, Jenny? But I have never, I'm still even, it's just Kevin and I. Like, that's all there is in this house and the dog. And I will not take the last of something. Like, if we are having chicken for dinner and there are 2 pieces of chicken left and I only had one and I still, you know, like, we divided in half because that's kind of who we are. I was raised in a family that you divided the pizza evenly and everybody got their own slice, you know. It wasn't every man for himself. It was everything is equally divided. And so I may be owed the last of whatever. I'm not going to eat it. I'm going to let it sit there. If there's one chip left in the bowl at a restaurant, I'm going to leave that last chip. I'm just not going to eat it. Especially when it's like shared food. When it's my own plate, that's different. Like, okay, that's fine. But like, I will never like take the last mozzarella stick. There's just no way. First of all, I don't like mozzarella sticks, so that's kind of a moot point, but it jumped into my head. Now, even desserts, like, I will not take the last piece of cake or the last brownie. In fact, right now, I've got a pan of brownies, and I've given most of them away. I've eaten 2 brownies in the last, like, 5 days, and there's 1 brownie in there, and it's just going to go to waste because I will not eat it. I will, because I'm just like, I'm not going to do it. So that's my personality. My personality is really like, everyone else can have, and I will be last. The last shall be first. And I remember in first grade, every single time we lined up, my first grade teacher, I almost said her name, but I better not. My first grade teacher would stand in line and say, the last shall be first and the first shall be last, or something like that, every single day. And she's like, this is a biblical concept. And so whoever was in the front, she turned the line around and would go the opposite direction. So then people started like going to the end of the line, and then she flipped it on us. Anyway, but she was always like, the first shall be last and the last shall be first. Like, that's how life should be. And so I was really raised very much like, everyone else first, and then I will take care of myself after that. And now you all know how this story ends, right? Like, you all know that that's a great concept. Loving others as you love yourself has been a part of my core verse since I left North Lakes, my old job. I just said where it was, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to re-record this. Like, I'm too far in. Let's go, people. My old job. And really, that I have to love myself and I have to take care of myself if I'm going to love other people. I've always thought that I'd love other people and then I love myself. Really, it says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. And take care of yourself. And that's such a foreign concept, especially to like moms. We are so bad at taking care of ourselves. And then you watch this squirrel and you think, he is there for himself. Like, he is not, I'm sorry, maybe I could be completely wrong and you're going to tell me something about squirrels that I do not know. But it really feels like it's, when that other squirrel came up, he's like, dude, I don't care if I'm married to you. I don't care if you're my child. You are not getting up here. I am eating first. Like, this is my feeder. Get away. And I was like, wow. We are so often the opposite of that. And do I say that we should be cutting people off and running to the food line and eating everything and there should be nothing left for anybody else? Of course not. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying, when is it okay to start taking care of you and all of your needs? And not just going, I'll take care of them tomorrow. But when is it time to go, it's okay for me to do something for me? For me to put a boundary in place for myself. whether it's with a relationship, whether it's with food, whether it's with money, whether it's with your church, whether anything. When is it time to take care of you? That is the biggest part of church volunteers, is they burn out because they are consistently giving without taking care of themselves, without having the balance. Now, when I was in kids ministry, I really didn't run into that a whole lot because my church was really good at making sure that you had balance. There were a couple things that I was like, and they've actually fixed them since I left, which I'm super appreciative of, because we used to have to do this Wednesday night between Christmas and New Year's, and basically I was just with all the other volunteers' kids. It was just like, why are we all here? Like, this is really frustrating because we're all just taking care of one another's kids, and all of us want to be at home relaxing from the Christmas chaos. But I got to take every summer off, and I know that's really hard on churches when volunteers take the summer off, but I came back refreshed and ready to go. Like, I was like, I am ready to go at this in the fall again. Like, bring it on, here we go. And sometimes we have to look at those moments in our lives and take care of yourself in those moments. And so I am encouraging you, this has been my encouragement for the week, is to become a squirrel. Just this week. Maybe we're not all going to change our habits. Maybe I'm going to go eat that last brownie. I don't know. But let's change our habit just for 1 week. This week, go, what would the squirrel do? Would the squirrel do this? Because I am sick and tired of being the last person in line because I let everybody ahead of me. And sometimes I've got something to do too. Like, I have to get home to somebody too. I've got things I need to do. And I've let everybody else in line because I don't want to be rude. And it's not being rude to take care of you. And maybe that's not where you are, and kudos to you. Like, you could teach the rest of us, but a lot of us, I know, in some area of your life, you have put yourself to the side and you have stepped back and not gone after what you really needed. And my encouragement this week is be that squirrel. Go after it. Go after what you want. And I'm telling you, this squirrel works hard because he's got to climb up this big pole. He's got to stretch. He gets a little platform because I filled that up with the seeds. That's all gone. He's eating it all. And I'm not putting any more out. I'm just cruel because I like to see him stretch. It's really hilarious. He stretches up for the next bird feeder, hangs upside down, and he goes for it because he needs what he needs, and he's not apologetic. There are very rare times that a dog, when something falls on the ground, he's going to sit there and wait and ask for permission. He's going to go after it. If that piece of cheese falls on the ground, good luck. Good luck fighting him for that. Like, that's just part of his nature. And yes, we need to care about other people 100%. Maybe this week, just this week, you go after it like the squirrel would, taking care of you and figuring out what kind of things you need. And you know what? Maybe when you figure that out, you'll be able to take care of other people too. And yourself, like, have a balance. I don't know. Like, let's just get crazy here. Well, that is all I have for you this week. We're going to keep it really short and sweet. Be a squirrel. Go after those things that you need. Go after what you want. It's okay to want things. God gives us the desires of our heart, especially when our heart is going after Him. And so go after that. Go after it just like a squirrel would. Well, you can find me on Real Life with Jenny on Instagram and Facebook. You can support this podcast specifically by going to buymeacoffee.com/reallifewithjenny. You can also go to christconnection.cc/Jen. All of my info is there. If you have some suggestions on how you've been a squirrel, come on to Facebook or Instagram and post and let us know what you've been doing to be more of a squirrel and going after the things that you need, that you want, or that you even just think are the pie in the sky, right? Like the thing that you're like, I will never be able to have that thing. I encourage you this week to go after it like the squirrel would. I'm telling you, I might just put up a video on my social media of this squirrel and you'll be like, okay, I get it, Jen. I'm going to go after it. You all have a great week.